Yo, what's up YouTube? This is Gresnick and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we'll be once again reacting to Rye Toast. I've already solved Security Breach 2. Jeez. Bro thinks he solved Security Breach 2 already. That's insane of a statement. How could you know? I mean, like, actually, you, like, think you've solved what, like, the potential story could be? That's the only thing I can really think of, because solving Security Breach 2 kind of requires the game to be out. So, my video for next time is trying to spoil itself, as it is literally right behind me. So, as always, like and subscribe to Rye Toast and myself. You can also go subscribe to my other channel, Gresnick Plays, for, gameplay whenever a new game finally comes out, like the next FNAF game, or Minecraft Dungeons 2, because I will also be playing that next month when it comes out. So, as always, oh wait, I already said that part. You can comment down below whatever you think about this video, or which theories you have, or whatever. Oh yeah, reaction suggestions, you can also put them there. I really appreciate it, because it was really hard for me to find things to actually react to. Let's get into the video.
On the 12-year FNAF anniversary, Steelwolf finally
I
gave
need
us the teaser
more
that confirmed
iced
that they
tea.
were actually teasing a new game and not just driving me personally crazy. One with a new design for Vanny and a hidden 2 in her eye. At this point, it's undisputed.
That's crazy.
But that being said, with this new information we do have, what do all these teasers mean so far? What is the next game?
The game exists.
Slices, put on your aprons and let's bake ourselves a theory.
I didn't
Look,
notice.
I'm
He
not
calls
gonna
us
hold it
slices
to the
because
end of
his
the video
whole
for
thing is
attention. Let's just
toast
start
and
with the most
bread.
exciting news. We have a brand new teaser from Steelwolf. Well, as of the release of this,
Thank God! Yay!
like, it's new, right? It's an actual real teaser. It was
Yay!
hidden inside this Guess the
I wonder if
Character
those
video.
other teasers
One that
are
they
also
posted a
actually
lot of
teachers
variants
now.
of, like guess the character, guess the location. This one clearly being Vanny. But at the 10-second mark, we got these glitches. And in those glitches...
Wow, they really made it obvious.
Doing my best in Photoshop, I was able to use to recreate this design for Vanny. A
Crazy
darker,
design.
sleeker suit with this really creepy mask and what looks like a knife or a lever in her hand.
It's a knife
The
if
red
you
bow
got
on
the
back
right
of her neck,
pictures.
ribbons draping down to her legs. It looks so cool. Now, since this is likely concept art, I tend to lean to this being a knife more than a lever because that just makes sense for a concept art pose, but it could be a bunch of things. But I cannot state enough how sick this design is. And
Yes,
I'm
it
not
looks
the one who thinks that everyone's been
fantastic.
fawning over this design.
I am
I've seen
so
countless
happy
fan
about
arts
it.
already about how cool
Really?
this design is.
Already?
But this design
You know,
has
actually,
more
that's not
information
that
to come,
surprising.
because one of the frames is just of her mask, and in that frame,
There's a
there's
2 in that
the
eye.
sockets in the
I
security
wonder
frame,
why!
nearly confirming that
Crazy.
this new game Steelwolf is working on is Security Breach 2, which is awesome. Security Breach 2, Vanny's back with a cooler suit. What's going on in it? What is going on in it? If this is Security Breach 2, why is Vanessa still here? Many people
Good
rightfully
question.
believe that Vanny's story is done. Either Vanessa died
Should
or
be.
was freed of Vanny. After all, that is what happens in like half the endings of Security Breach. I personally, for the longest time, have been saying that the evidence in Ruin points us to the good Vanny ending being the canon option. The one where Greg
I think it makes the
frees
most
Vanessa
sense,
from Vanny,
so...
and the two of them, along with Glamrock Freddy's head, escaped the Pizzaplex. Now the three of them are working to combat whatever was going on in the first place. But if Vanny's back, the way I see it, there's really only two possible options here. Scan QR code for Pool Room's map. This has got to be a trap.
Really?
It's
That's
good.
crazy.
Okay.
Oh, hey, it's sponsor time. Where's his code? Proton VPN. Okay, cool. Hey, go use his code or whatever to support him. They don't... They're not sponsoring me, so I literally don't care. Cool for you, though. Here, you get paid more money.
The first option is
That's
that we're
cool.
wrong. we've been wrong for a while, which is totally possible. As solid as I feel about what ending of Security Breach is canon, at the end of the day, it is still a theory until we definitively have more information. It's totally possible that Vanessa is still Vanny out there somewhere.
Who knows?
After all, half of the Security Breach endings end with exactly
I'm dying.
that. The Burn Trap ending, the bad ending where Gregory gets recaptured, and the Van ending, which probably isn't canon anyway, but it's worth mentioning that we don't know what happens to Vanessa, so she's probably still Vanny. If one of these endings are true, then Vanny survived Security Breach and has been lurking in the shadows throughout Ruin, waiting for her time to start again. And this would be her new suit for the next game. Although, as possible as it is, admittedly I'm skeptical that Vanny survived Security Breach and Vanessa is still trapped.
Yes, it's kind of weird of why they would do that anyways.
2, Vanessa made this suit by hand. We
Yes.
have no reason to believe that she would make a new suit for a second location. Well, there's one possible reason, but I'll save that for much later in this video.
I mean, I guess there could be like a decently timed year time skip. Of which, I mean, like, maybe she got, like, a different job and was like, oh my god, this new location's opening up. I should make a new suit that fits me now. And then I guess this works, but I mean, that's kind of iffy.
The problem is, if Vanessa did escape and we don't have this first option, there isn't really another good candidate for this to be.
Cassie? But only in the ending where when you're running from the Mimic, you put on your mask at the Fredbear cutout. Of which maybe the mask just takes you over. But then the problem is still, Cassie's kind of trapped down there. So who really knows? It's so weird.
If there's no Vanessa, this Vanny really can't be any human. I've
Or
seen
Vanny,
some people say
really.
that this might be Cassie after a time skip. Because, again, these proportions do not make sense for a 10-year-old. That is an adult. And yes, Five Nights at Freddy's has had plenty of time skips. The idea of 10 to 30 to 50 years even.
I mean, even just like... Well, we really don't know for the first games. We just know that William was back there for like about 30 years. We don't know how long the locations were actually existing for.
Passing in between FNAF
Who
games
knows?
has happened, totally possible. But they only happen within the context of the narrative, right?
Yes.
Like William Afton gets trapped in the Springlock suit, and then
Oh wow, I
needs to
literally
rot
just said
to become
this.
Springtrap. So we skip
Rotting.
ahead in the narrative about 30 years to FNAF 3. Then he escapes FNAF 3 and gets loose out there. So they need to craft a new plan to build a trap to lure him back. So, 10 year or so time.
Just gotta
before FNAF
catch
6.
myself a
The time
rabbit.
skips makes sense in the narrative. But where are we in the narrative right now? If this truly is Security Breach 2, then we're right after Ruin. And at the end of Ruin,
Well, maybe.
Gregory is alive and trying to help Cassie, and Cassie's stuck in the basement of the Pizzaplex. So if we're going to rescue her, this next game seemingly takes place very soon after. At least, it wouldn't make sense to skip
Maybe.
10 years in the future, and Cassie's just off doing something else. And
How long do you think it would take them to build another
could happen,
Pizzaplex?
but to me, a time skip
It takes
right
like 2
now
years
seems
from my
really
school to
far-fetched.
build
So
a new
all that in
area.
mind, what would my second option be?
And that's
After all, I
like
said that
1 or
if
2
Vanny is a Vanessa,
rooms.
There's really no other human that fits the bill. Well, that's the kicker. Because this is
I watched a
something
whole
that we've
building
already
take like
seen play
10
out in the
years to
previous
build.
Game. Help Wanted 2. Think back to the secret ending of Help Wanted 2. Sure, if you
Really?
play through the game normally,
I love
you
this
release
game.
Glitchtrap into the real
Too
world.
bad I don't own a
But if you
VR
listen to
headset.
that
I
other
want
voice
to play
throughout the
it.
game and collect the poppets and get access to Princess Quest 4, you get this ending, in which you give a Glitchtrap plushie to a massive Vanny, who crushes Glitchtrap in front of you and then leaves. It's a weird ending that, to this day, doesn't super make sense. A lot of us assume that this is Vanny defeating Glitchtrap once and for all, which is strange for his most loyal subject. Not to mention, this would mean that Vanny survived Security Breach somehow. At least if she's down here, right? What if I said that in spite of the other ending literally beginning Ruin, this suit makes me think that this ending is the canon one? Because what we might be seeing is a digital manifestation of Vanny absorbing Glitchtrap. Think about it. This is the only time in the entire game that we see Vanny with our own eyes.
You know what?
Literally,
Actually,
this
good
is the only
point.
time in the entire game where we are definitively in a digital space. We start by playing Princess Quest 4, but we physically enter the game, and only in its absolute depths do we see Vanny for the first time. We also, at this point, know that Glitchtrap and Vanny are in some way branches or iterations of the Mimic 1 program. Just like how F10 and 4 and M2 operate on the Mimic program but in separate iterations, Glitchtrap seems to either be one of them or its own new one. And Vanny seems to be an iteration of that. We know from some of the short stories like B7 and, unfortunately, in the flesh, that the idea of digital personas replicating itself and trying to exist separate from its host isn't new. This is something that happens in these stories. It's that logic that leads me to believe that Vanny is a digital persona of the Mimic operating within Vanessa's mind. It's something that we've been saying for over a year now. So what if, even after Vanessa is freed of Vanny, that persona of Vanny, that Mimic AI digital manifestation, still lives within the VANNI mask? The one that our protagonist of Help Wanted 2 is using. The one that Cassie uses in Ruin, which tries to take over her mind. But in this ending of Help Wanted 2, the one where our protagonist listens to the voice of the mask and does what it says instead of Glitchtrap, it leads him down into the deepest depths of the digital sphere and plucks Glitchtrap out from our protagonist and crushes it in her hands. Now, most of us, rightfully so, saw this as the death of Glitchtrap. After all, in the interview that FNAF had with J-Top, he pretty much said that. Pretty much. Because the word there was phrased as the end of Glitchtrap, not the death. Glitchtrap is gone.
Glitchtrap, you don't matter anymore. Goodbye.
Instead, Vanny was incorporated.
This would also officially mean that, like, Aftons are kind of, or kind of Aftons are gone now.
Creating a truer, darker version of itself. This, a darker, more sinister version of Vanny. One that has combined with the Vanny we've known to the Glitchtrap we've feared. Now, to be clear, if you are certain that this is still Vanessa and not a digital manifestation, this logic still works. The Vanny taking over Vanessa's body could still be the thing that merges with Glitchtrap, theoretically.
Yep.
After all, Vanny's big flaw was that she was still partially Vanessa. It was not a complete transfer. So this might be the completed transfer. I just think the digital manifestation one fits cleaner. So that's everything we know from this one image. But don't forget, this is the most recent teaser in a series of teasers that maybe weren't teasers, but now seemingly are teasers.
Yes,
not going to be a real
maybe.
By the end of this video. Namely, these two spot the difference posts from Steel Wool.
Security breach 2? Maybe? Let's see. Maybe? Hey, maybe? I'd be really happy.
Now, we have a guiding light. And now is when we get the other possible explanation for this darker, sleeker suit.
A new Vanny, maybe.
Trying to figure out what all of this meant, a few people in chat had suggested something I didn't consider. If we're truly going to these water-based attractions, if not a full water park, what is something many people wear when going underwater? A wetsuit, something that is traditionally skin-tight and black, just like the new Vanny suit. Now, I hear you, the new Vanny suit does look shiny, if not latex adjacent. And while most wetsuits nowadays are with a stretchy, more comfortable material, there are more rubbery wetsuits in existence, the ones that look much closer to this new Vanny suit. Now, I posted this idea to Twitter, and I got plenty of people telling me, no, this is clearly a reference to this design of Catwoman, since they're both similarly black and have stitch work. And I get it.
Okay.
Both of those things can be true.
Yeah, did y'all not understand that? I mean, both of those things are possible.
Reference to Catwoman. I don't know,
wow.
I believe that it was this big gotcha. It's like, no, it obviously has to be a Catwoman reference.
It has to be one thing or the other. It doesn't make sense if it's both.
But
Shut up.
This being a wetsuit, on the bright side, fits with both of our previous options. Because if Vanny is still a real-world Vanessa, then her updating her suit to be more water-friendly at the water park makes absolute sense. Because if this was like fabric, that would stink in a week. It would stink in a couple days. But even if it's just a digital manifestation, there's no rules for the digital manifestations. They can appear however they'd like. So the idea that a digital manifestation of this trickster evil thing wants to fit in its new environment makes perfect sense. So all of this is well and good, and it gives us more tidbits of information on what we might see. But all of this in mind, what is this new game going to be about? I admit, we are veering on pure speculation.
Speculation time.
We know there's gonna be a water attraction, probably.
Maybe.
And we have a really cool vanity design. And it's
Yes.
probably security breach too. That's
Yes.
all we know. So any guesses into the plot of this game are frankly irresponsible, because I have
Yes.
no way to tell if what I'm saying is just a guess or not. Is what I would say if I was a coward. Because
Really?
I do have a guess, and I want to assure you it is a guess. It's barely a theory.
Maybe!
It's going off of evidence. That
Possibly,
theory,
maybe. I mean, it
the
could
theory
happen.
based
Who
on
knows?
that theory. But if this is truly a continuation of the current story of Five Nights at Freddy's, then we're pretty sure that Gregory still needs to rescue Cassie, and this
Yes.
digital manifestation of Vanny is in his way. Not to mention the recently freed Mimic that's roaming throughout the Pizzaplex by this point. I'd bet that
Did he get
after the events
released?
of Ruin, both the Mimic and Cassie are MIA when Gregory gets down there. But it's down there where Gregory and Vanessa find F10 and 4, and are maybe able to upload it into Glamrock Freddy's head or something to bring her with them. And as they're trying to find Cassie, news of a new Pizzaplex opens up, which turns all of their attention towards it. And it's in there that we'll have to delve what's really going on, fighting off against Vanny while trying to find Cassie. Whatever still holds her, and possibly defeat the Mimic while we're at it. Well, the only way
Who
to see
knows?
for sure is by getting more news. And god damn am I glad that we have any news to talk about at all. I
Yeah,
said it
it's really
last week,
good.
man,
It's
we
so-
need a dry spell. But we got news to talk about.
Thank
Can't
God,
wait to
we
hear
really
more.
needed
But
more
what are your thoughts
FNAF
so far? Are you
content.
really excited for this game? I know I am. Click the link in the description or go to
Sponsors, it's scary.
/RyeToast to get up to 70% discount when you sign up to Proton VPN 2-year plan. In the meantime, if somehow you missed it, last week I made a video going over every
Yeah, I
video
kind
on
of
the anniversary.
literally
Find
just
it.
watched
For a fan
that.
feature on the channel, make
Wowie!
sure to share with hashtag #ToastToast, and huge thank you to a very generous patron.
Hey, it's that cool piece of art again that I really liked. Well, I mean, yeah, this kind of made sense. The wetsuit thing I didn't really pick up on, and honestly, I do kind of question. I mean, it would be kind of weird for Security Breach 2 to just be a new Pizzaplex. They could do a completely new location, probably still on the bigger side because of how current FNAF games tend to be. But who knows, honestly. At this point, this could just be a cool new Vanny design. Honestly, the wetsuit idea does actually make sense. But as always, like and subscribe to RyeToast and myself. Comment down below what you think about this video, whatever your theories are, or reaction suggestions, because I really need them. And as always, have a good day, night, and afternoon, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. That voice is terrible.